Hey everybody, this is Ken Faminoff from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I want to do this quick video just to share my story from a recent event that I went to in Las Vegas. It was called NES4, and I wanted to share what happened. Basically, I went to this event to learn more about traffic and social media and just different things to help me with my business. Is back in 2011, I was very successful in a business, and what ended up happening is that business ended up slowing down in the economy, and so my income dropped pretty much overnight. And then all of a sudden, something really bad happened to me, and I ended up getting really sick, and I ended up in the hospital. What happened to me is that my blood pressure went through the roof, and I ended up almost crashing. And they had to bring the doctors and nurses into the room, and they basically had to paddle me and bring me back to life. And I can tell you that that was like my come to Jesus moment. That was a time in my life where I realized all of a sudden now I have no income. I'm in a situation where I've got kids to provide for, I've got a wife, I've got a house, and I've got bills. I recuperated after a couple months, but again, the economy was like in a bad situation, and it hadn't quite recovered yet. And so I basically looked back to the internet, because the internet is where I basically learned my business. Is I was doing mortgages, and that's kind of where I learned to get leads for that business. I found out about this event called No Excuses. I'd never been to an event before that I thought, you know what, this is an event that I think I can go to and learn some really cool stuff that can help with our business. Last minute, I even ended up buying the VIP tickets. I go to the event, I'm all excited. And so I sat there and I took notes and I listened, and I was absolutely blown away at the most intense, most valuable content that these people were giving. And I'm going, wow, this is some amazing and crazy stuff that I think I can learn in my business. Part of the VIP thing is they gave you you had these parties like every night where as a VIP, and you'd go and you'd mix with all these speakers. And someone said to me, hey Ken, you really got to come meet a couple of these speakers. They could probably help you in your business and what you're doing. And so they took me over, and I met guys like Greg Gomez and Mark Hoverson and Ty Tribble and Michelle Pesca-Solido, and just like all kinds of cool people. One of the guys that I met, Ty Tribble, is I actually introduced myself to him, and I basically said to him, hey look, I want to understand your blogging and what you do, and you know what, I've listened to some of these people on stage, and I can absolutely do this. I think I could come in this industry and absolutely crush it. And you know what? These guys are looking at me and saying, yeah. We hear this all the time from people. Ty looked at me and he thought he saw something, so he took my name and number on my card. When I got home, I decided I'm gonna go through all the content and absolutely learn and put together everything that I learned from the event. I figured out that there was some really cool untapped traffic sources that were out there. And so I just started going and investigating more. And then next thing you know, my list got to like a few hundred people on it in May, where at the event, I had really nobody on my list at that time. And so all of a sudden my list just started growing. In May, 411, then it went to 1,500 at the end of May, and then in June, 2,000, 3,500, and 4,000, and 5,000, and 7,500. Then next thing you know, there was an event coming up in July, and it was an event that I bought in at No Excuses, and it was the mastermind with NES4 and Magnetic sponsoring. I ended up flying down to Orlando, Florida, going to this event, and I ended up meeting some really cool people at this event and networking with everybody. And I came back from the event and I was absolutely energized. And I basically took my list from 10,000 in July, and I just started going nuts and insane with my list. And the next thing, 15,000, I added 2,000, another 5,000, my list was over 20,000. Back at the event, both times they talked about really finding somebody that you can resonate with and following what they were doing, like speakers. So I went back and I reached out to Ty Tribble, flew out to my house, spent 3 days, And he saw what I was doing. He saw like, Ken, what you're doing, a newbie, like in only a couple months, do 10,000, but you've already got 20,000 people on your list in a really short period of time. We need to develop a product and build something around this. So make a long story short, we put this product together and crafted it. In September, we ended up launching my product, Skype Traffic Ninja, and in a short period of months, like 2 months, it made over $50,000. I ended up with over 300 different affiliates. I went in the traffic playbook with Ray and Fernie, and I ended up doing a great job, and I got a pile of leads and stuff in there, and I got really busy, and that helped me, taking me to the next level. And then here in December, there was another contest, and it was for $20,000, and I ended up going in this contest. In a period of 3 weeks in December, right, when things most of the time are really slow, I ended up doing a high ticket item, sold 36 units at $2,000 a pop, and made $36,000 in sales. This income is not typical with my results, but if you implement and you follow the stuff you learn from the event, these incomes are possible. Within 8 months, I've built a subscriber list of 40,000. I'm monetizing this list, I'm making money. I can tell you up to today that I'm at 6 figures just from the stuff that I've learned from NES3. NES4 is coming up. I was at NES3 and it changed my life. If you haven't got your tickets to NES4, get them now. It'll absolutely change your life forever. I can tell you, I'll be there. I'll see you in Las Vegas in May.